in the world of investing and advising, there are many people that give you different strategies, and there's some hard and fast rule that we talk about with savings and investing, that we're saying, okay, you should always do this and you should always do that and you should whatever. So it's never, to me, it's never an always, situation. Always looking for ways to innovate instead of, and stay ahead of the curve is something that you should always be doing, whether it's in your entrepreneurial field, if you're an entrepreneur, whether it's within your own finance, being just a wage earner, that's, just your W-2 is not going to be how you're going to live within a financially free life. So you want to make sure that you're always being innovative, you're always staying ahead of the curve, especially in your industry, but also with, different things that are happening in the world, ethics, striving to be inspired and excel in everyday business, everyday life. You want to do that. So, what I personally think is that you definitely, yes, you want to be innovative, but I also believe that money advice is not just one size fit all in the world. So there's no really one set of boilerplate money advice that's designed for the masses. It's always something that you have to customize. You take the information first, you vet the people you're taking advice from, then making sure that they're qualified to be giving you advice. Then after you do that, then you want to make sure that you're customizing that advice to you. You're customizing that advice to your lifestyle, your thing. So when someone tells you should always do this and always do that, the likelihood is that you're not always going to take all the advice that person gives. So one of the things that I think about is, pinching every penny to save your way to wealth. So in my culture and in most immigrant society, that's how they believe that they're going to get wealthy. They believe that they could pinch every penny to save their way to wealth. And I've seen that. I mean, in my own family, I've seen that. In my own, circle, I've seen that. When you have third world mentality, you believe that, it should be a deprivation type of thing for you to save. You feel that if you're not depriving yourself of certain things, then you're not doing enough to build your wealth or to live the American dream or to do that. Well, I need to tell you, break out of that shit. Break out of that story. You don't need to do that. I am living proof that you don't need to pinch your way to wealth. I don't believe in deprivation. I believe in moderation. Instant gratification is also something I don't believe. So I believe in moderation. You don't need to pinch every penny and save your way to wealth, because in the end, the reason why you're trying to build wealth and you're trying to be responsible and you're trying to have financial freedom and you want to have financial wellness is because you want to have an enjoyable life. And if you're pinching and scrimping and saving your way to wealth and depriving yourself of the things that you want to enjoy somewhat on earth, then that's not going to work for you. You're not having an enjoyable life. I do not believe that that's a financially well life. You might have money, but are you enjoying life? Do you have a overall understanding of what it's like to live? So you need to make sure that you understand that, you want to make sure that, you're advocating wealth building through moderate living, moderate understanding, financial literacy, educating yourself. You don't want to kill yourself and you want to make sure that you're enjoying what the fruits of your labor. While the world is busy preaching about extreme frugality. I don't call it, I call it extreme frugality. Yes. Frugal is okay. Extreme frugality, in my opinion, is cheap. You don't want to be cheap. You don't want to cheap your way to wealth. Invest in things that are making earning potential. Invest in important things in your life. Invest in career coaches. Invest in, quality work attire. Invest in networking events if you're an entrepreneur. Invest in, a well thought out home. So one of the things that I have been baffling with lately while I am talking about financial literacy and educating and speaking about financial literacy is finding that line. I don't really call things spending. There are certain things that I use money for, and to me, that's an investment. I'm always thinking if I'm using my money, it should be an investment. If it's an investment in my kids' education, an investment in my home, an investment in my business, an investment in enjoyable life, investment in a nice dinner so my body is well. So, you want to make sure that whatever you're looking at, there is a return. What is your return? It might not be a monetary return, but there is a return. So you always want to be looking back, and choose what you spend your money on. Make sure that if it's a business, you're doing revenue generation instead of pinching pennies to increase savings. You want to make sure that you're being non-wasteful. You don't want to waste. You want to make sure that you're being moderate about things. You don't want to. You want to make sure that that's what you're doing. So pinching pennies to wealth, to me, is a no-no, because that's not living moderately to have an enjoyable life, because that's your goal, is to have an enjoyable life all your life. You don't want to be worried about money. You don't want money to control you. When you're pinching pennies, money's controlling you. When you're spending too much money on wasteful things, money's controlling you. So in both situations, money's controlling you. When you're living moderately, saving a little, living a little, investing in the right things, then you're going to be achieving financial freedom. The next thing I want to talk to you guys is the word diversification when it comes to investing. It's important to diversify. I do agree to have, you hear the term diversified portfolio all the time. It's such a commonplace for many people. They talk about it. They want, they explain to you what diversification means, that you want to mitigate your risk within a volatile environment. But I want to explain diversification versus diluting. You don't want to be diluting. You want to diversify your investments, but you do not want to dilute your investment. You want to make sure that you look at things. Look at different things when it comes to diversification. You want to be wise about mitigating your risk and volatility by spreading your investment around. Diluting is a big risk when we over diversify. So you want to stick to your 3, 4, or 5 assets that you understand, that you have financial literacy on. You want to try to master that. Keep learning about those things. Understand the risk, understanding the potentials, understanding the gains, understanding the long-term investment strategies that you might have. And that's what you stick to. So you want to make sure that you're not diluting your investments. You're diversifying your investment. True diversification is not too much. So too much is diluting. So you want to make sure that you're looking at that, and you're making sure that you're not diluting your investments. You're diversifying your investment. So we talked about savings and penny pinching your way, and we talked about diluting your investments. So when someone tells you savings and building your wealth is always good, yes, but there are caveats in between that. Like we said, we don't want to be unhappy, because our goal is to live an enjoyable life. We want to make sure that we're enjoying our lives. We want to make sure that we're saving in our goal pots. We want to make sure that we're still enjoying our vacations, enjoying the fruits of our labor, and being moderate about what we're doing. Saving, investing, enjoying. Those are the things that you need to be thinking about. So making sure that you're looking at all of that and what you're doing. So that is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, is making sure that you're not penny pinching your way through wealth, and because that is one extreme. And remember, we're all about moderation. We are not about deprivation or instant gratification. So if you are on the impulse buying and your instant gratification, or you're penny pinching your way through wealth, or you're diluting your investments, then you are not customizing your savings and investment to your particular mindset, your particular situation. So this is Sherron, the Modern Savvy CPA, with the 2 tips to not over diverse and not penny pinch your way to wealth. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, feel free to give me a follow to get updated on new and upcoming episodes, and listen in every Tuesday and Thursday, where I teach you smart money habits so you can make better money choices with a financial goal focus.